What is up, guys? Redflex95 here with yet another episode of Lies of P. In the last episode, we made our way through the circus and a nice little tram station area and made it here to Eventide Hotel Krat, which is in the past version. We just spoke with the two NPCs that are here and also Spraying, one of my favorite characters in this game, well, I was gonna wait till later to talk about this because right now it wasn't really super relevant, or isn't really relevant, but I'm gonna bring it up. Sorry for the beating around the bush. Um, I was waiting for this point to mention an experience I had recently regarding one of my cats. Spring kind of reminded me of this situation, and not really reminded me, but more or less, what I'm trying to say is, last month, my 19-year-old cat, Gizzy, she was a Siamese, passed away after a somewhat lengthy fight with a benign tumor, which, yes, benign means it's non-cancerous, but where it was located in her advanced age, there wasn't really much doctors can do. The vets couldn't do much. It was basically just take care of her the best you can and let us know if anything changes. And this last October, the year, if you're watching this like a few years down the road, like October 2025, I noticed that she was losing a lot of weight and not eating much, and she was starting to lose her balance. So I took her into the vet, and they did a wellness of life checkup on her and determined that it was likely her time. She would likely only have about a month or two left at most, and rather than having her suffer, I decided at that point that she would hate me for this, but at the end of the day, it's for her own good. I think it's time to put her down, put her to rest. So, at that point, they set her up. I said my goodbyes, and she passed away. I know that was a little bit dark, but it's a responsibility pet owners have, that if your animal is old or sick and it looks like things aren't good, take them to the vet. Oh, there's Spring. Hi. Take them to the vet and discuss it with them. Have them do a wellness check, and you should believe that vet. Like, unless if it's a very bad person, like a very bad, like, professional vet, I I would take their word for I would take their word into consideration. It was the best for Gizzy. I do miss her heavily, and um, she was one of my first cats. I won't get into the whole story about my history of cats, but she was 19. I had her for 2/3 of my life, essentially, and she's not here anymore. And I just want to say, this whole Let's Play is in her honor, essentially, even though I am kind of a batty person that kind of cusses a lot, but still. um, yeah, was such a good cat. Like, I wish I could show you a picture of her. I can't. I just don't have that ability, but I could do a separate video down the road where I show you a picture of her that I have in a nice frame. But besides that, I mean, she's a Siamese cat. Just think of a Siamese cat with big blue eyes. That was Gizzy. She was amazing in her prime. Like, I still have scars on my arms from her running me over all night. Like, oh god, that sounded wrong. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry. I use humor as a crutch a lot of the time when I'm sad, so I'm sorry for that. That was just actually a genuine brain fart. Um, I should mention something else because I'm pretty sure I mentioned this one at least because it was a few years back, but the namesake of my channel, Flakes, is another cat I had a few years ago that passed away. I won't get into that whole story, but similar reasons. He had a situation with cancer and, it was his time, yada yada. But yeah, he was the namesake of my channel, Red Flakes, and also kind of a play on words of red pepper flakes, which I do love in my food and on my pizza. So, hey, what can I say? Speaking of pepper flakes, if you guys want something really good that's a nice kick and a hint of lime, Dan O's chili lime seasoning is amazing. That beats red pepper flakes, in my opinion. I'm not joking. It's super good. It's a little pricey and a little hard to find, but like if you could find it on Amazon and stuff, definitely give it a shot. Just a heads up, you need a good spice tolerance. It's not like a Carolina Reaper kicking you in your teeth or anything, but it's spicy. It goes a long way. It's best when you marinate something and cook with it because that way the flavors develop a bit more and mellow out. But besides that, yeah. Um, let's get into it. We have some dialogue to discuss, and then we can head off into some story beats. So let's talk to Klaus.
I cannot believe my eyes. You found one of my discs. I'm touched, truly. Collecting may seem a silly thing to you, but this simple act connects me deeply to the larger world. Just imagine, who were the ancient beings who engraved these discs? Did they worship a god, curse a devil? Or had they endured dark times as we have and sought the solace of an angel? Imagining others reaching the light after a dark night gives me hope this nightmare will end. Now, if you find more discs, I will offer you other valuable rewards in exchange. As a merchant, it is quite frustrating being stuck here inside this empty hotel. I beg of you, regale me with news of the city when you can, and perhaps buy something, huh?
Well, I can't really buy anything. I don't have any ancient discs, and I don't really have anything notable to sell to you. But we could talk.
Oh, that person, I heard her called the legendary Stalker. Well, she certainly lives up to the name. When she rescued me at the zoo, she had no trouble hoisting my hefty body and tossing me about without so much as a grunt of effort. She muttered something about searching for her apprentice in a laboratory, but she was so on edge that I pressed no further. Still, I must say it is not unreasonable to expect better treatment and a friendlier demeanor from your rescuer.
You know, funny enough, I don't know how tall this guy is, but I'm pretty sure this guy has my same build. I'm tall, I'm chubby, I'm a stocky guy, but due to my height being 6.5 feet, like I don't. I mean, you will know I'm chubby. You know, you'll see me and go, oh, that guy's a little bit chubby, overweight. But I carry my weight very well. It's not out of control. It's just I do need to work on it a little bit. But outside of that, I'm actually somewhat active. I do have a similar haircut. At least I used to. It's kind of longer now, but and my beard could definitely look like that. He has a similar hair color.
Do you mean the leader of the bastards? The man standing over there? My weak heart and spirit prevent me from speaking to such an imposing fellow. And I've heard he's quite capable and holds influence over others in many ways. He is conducting important work. But he does frighten me to no end. I'm sure he's a good man, but please don't reveal I spoke ill of him. I'm sorry, you want to know the year? I don't understand the question. You must be referring to the swirling rumors about an era of calamity coming due to the worsening situation with the petrification disease. Let's see, what other news? I hear the opening of the Grand Exhibition will be cancelled. Also, whispered voices say the alchemists lost something. What that might be, though, I cannot say. Besides that, nothing else significant comes to mind. The Rose Estate was my original destination. Many notable people fled there due to the petrification disease. Not to boast, but I am a rather famous merchant. I had received an invitation to the estate, and I was on my way there when I became engulfed by chaos. I should make my way to the estate, but my back pain, I'm glad the legendary Stalker rescued me, and it was an honor, though I'd wish he'd been gentler. I cannot sit or lie down. Oh, do you know how terribly inconvenient that is? Oh,
I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. I mean, it's never happened to me like that, but I fell over once at work, and it definitely knocked the wind out of me, but I was fine. I got back up. I'm like, okay, nobody saw me. I'm good. Nobody saw me. um, I was okay. I was like cleaning up some water that spilled on the ground because of I melt the ice in the butcher block, so I have to rinse it out with a hose, and sometimes water leaks out from the front. Unfortunately, it's just poor design, I know, but uh, I use this big squeegee to push the water into a drain nearby so it doesn't ruin the wood floor. Long story short, I slipped on a puddle, and thankfully I landed on a lot of fat and my ass. I didn't really hit a lot, like my hip or anything like that, so I just got back up like nothing happened, and I'm like, outside of being a little outwinded, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. I, it was my fault. It wasn't the store's fault. Everyone's okay. I won't bring it up to anyone until now. No, seriously though, nobody's the fault. Nobody's at fault. I set myself up for that one, and nobody else got hurt. I immediately mopped up the water, got it set up so it wouldn't make more puddles, and I put wet floor signs across the area, so
ignorant
no
fools say
risk.
that we are adversaries, but in truth, our relationship is not that hostile. I do so look forward to working with you. Have you something to say?
Jeez, we got a lot of
Red
dialogue in this
hair.
episode.
Red hair. Could you be speaking of Leia Florence? Why didn't you just say so? If you're looking for the legendary Stalker, you should just come out with it. But, if I may ask, what could you possibly want with a living legend? Help her, you say? Yes, she was here. But she took that lift, headed down. Simply said she had something to take care of, but heaven knows what that could be. Perhaps she's gone to slay that poor, crazed lunatic. The one afflicted with the petrification disease. She is the legendary Stalker, after all. There's a reason they say only merciful death remains in her wake. Perhaps you've heard the tale of the Blood Artist. Just one of the monikers of a murderous puppet that targeted only the upper crust of society. It was a dreadful affair. Many a stalker tried to apprehend the Blood Artist, only to die by his blade. But he was no match for one in particular, who took him down on her own. The Stalker not only beat the Blood Artist in single combat, but she utterly dismantled him. And she goes by the rather pedestrian name, Leia Florence. Though most everyone just calls her by the loftier moniker, the legendary Stalker.
I mean, I know in my time I did some amazing feats.
Romeo? Never heard of him. Oh, the sidekick. The legendary Stalker's young apprentice, I suppose. He could be the reason she's been so, on edge of late. I beg your pardon? What year is it? Are you, under the influence of some strange medication? You may well
Yes.
want to study the provenance of your petrification cure. A word to the wise, don't trust any medicine that an alchemist doesn't hand to you personally. The Monad Charity House. You've heard of the Rose Estate? That's where you'll find your cure. Who's that? Klaus. Klaus. No, not ringing a bell. Who's he supposed to be? Oh, perhaps you mean the merchant the legendary Stalker unceremoniously tossed aside as she waltzed through here. He's said to handle rare ergo and other precious pieces. A real expert, supposedly. Not that I know or ever meet personally with such merchants. For someone in my position, even sharing a meal can cause, misunderstandings. If you're looking for the legendary Stalker, she took that lift, went down. Well, don't let me stop you. If you want to talk to her, follow her.
In due time. Probably next episode. This episode's already dragged on enough, so I might be ending it off soon, just so we can have a fresh dungeon area for a whole episode, you know. Going up here, you're gonna find a few items. First off, deliver letter to the garden, or whatever. Letter delivered to the garden. Here you could purchase some whetstones, or wish stones. I don't know why I keep calling them whetstones. My apologies. And of course, an item we don't need to buy because we get it basically every other enemy drop. I wish star fragments were worth more. They're only worth 50 points, so it's like, come on. So yeah, let's pick some gold fruit, and you can do the same stuff with this. It's not any different. But with the golden seed we got from the tree back at the zoo, with the faded whistle.
We planted the seed, but I wonder what'll grow from it. I've never seen anything like it, and it could be a long time before it sprouts.
Did we get another key already? Really? I did not know that. Okay. Well, this is kind of where the, that one guy hangs out. I keep forgetting his name, I'm sorry. The guy with the hat, the blue hair guy, but I guess everyone has a hat in this game, but you know what I mean. We got a new outfit. We got the youngest outfit. I believe the youngest is a, and the Black Brother... I'm doing it again. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I believe she's actually a woman, but, doesn't matter. This outfit looks pretty nice, and we got an item just for equipping it. I might wear it. I personally don't really care for the... Sorry, that looks so goofy. I think this works very well nicely. I cannot take it seriously with that hat. I wish we got more options here. I really do. Like, I really wish there was a character in the DLC that sells those items for us. I really do wish that was a thing. You know, perhaps with a special currency that you get only like 5 of per playthrough. Yeah, that would be nice, you know. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody like this in this DLC though, so you know, we can't worry about it. Let's check out the receipt. The Ergo box has been delivered to the underground facility. No issues with compensation. P.S. Little brother lost a key again in the underground facility. Scold him, big brother. Oh my god. Yeah, so you can kind of see a running gag. I don't know if the other one had something like that, but long story short, there's one guy responsible for losing all these keys. And you gotta think, we're not gonna encounter them in this game, by the way, but they know that their old bases were, you know, ransacked by us. So I wonder how they feel. Alright, give me a sec to find the next portion of the guide. For some reason, this doesn't have a next page. Why did it go... Whoa, hold on a sec. Okay. So, in the next episode... Yeah, 19 minutes, we're ending this off. In the next episode, we're going to be heading to the underground facility, which is... I believe right through that elevator, surprisingly enough. I may be wrong about that, actually. But anyway, we'll figure that out on the next episode. I will see you guys then.